Yay! Hello, my loves. It's Sonia G. This is a Moonbabes Monday Night Live. And we have a wild sky behind us, which is very fitting because we're going to be talking about the recent solar activity, the timelines crossing, and Priestess magic things that are coming up in the energy now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm here in my Kundalini setup. I have been in a Kundalini mode. For those of you that are new and have been finding Moonbabes in the Light Tribe recently, it is so good to have you here. Say hello. Tell us where you are. I love seeing where everyone is at, and it's so fun to have you guys always connecting over here. Look at how cool this is. You can't really see the whole thing, but this is such the vibe of right now. Maybe I should move this way so you can see it. Amazing. Welcome, my loves. If you have questions, feel free to ask me about the activity and everything that's going on. West Palm Beach, yay! Welcome. Oh, did you guys see the auroras and everything that was happening? It has been magical to see the pictures of what's happening, but I want to explain to you behind the energy, right, of what's going on. So again, for those of you that are new here, hi, welcome. It's Sonia G. It is my job to translate the energy into practical words and tools and things that you can include in your daily life to make your life better, to feel happier, to be wealthier, to be joyful, abundant, and prosperous, and feel freaking good. Actually fucking good, because we actually we cuss a lot here. Indiana, Northwest Indiana, welcome, loves, welcome from everyone. I'm actually so far from my phone that I can't scroll right now, but welcome to everyone that is joining in. I see you and I can see you all in your cute faces popping up, so welcome. Let's talk about this solar activity and what is happening. So the Earth, okay, we're going to start with some science. The Earth is moving through and has been emerging in our galaxy, in the Milky Way, going through the photonic belt since 2012, right? We've emerged into the galaxy. We have emerged into a higher bandwidth of knowledge and light and information and possibilities, okay? So the Earth is moving, right? This is like the golden age, the golden era that's happening because of the way that we are moving through and the way that we're closer to the sun which holds our codes to our reality and our functioning, right? On planet Earth. We're closer, which means we're already getting a lot, right? Our Earth gets affected. Oh, hey, hearts. Our Earth gets affected by this activity. So we've had in recent years spikes in the Schumann resonance. The Schumann resonance is the heartbeat of Mother Earth, the resonant frequency, and the magnetic, which is like the magnetic field. I'm saying it a million ways, but it's the heartbeat of Mother Earth that affects and exchanges. I feel like we need a new word here, with the magnetic field on the planet. So the Schumann resonance is electric, but the Earth also has a magnetic sphere around, just like we do. We have a heartbeat that's electric, and then we have a magnetic energy around us, which is our feelings, right? And the vibe, the frequency, the magnetism, the whole manifesting field. You guys know about that. So it's the same thing with the Earth. So as we get closer to the sun, and the sun is also spewing out these beautiful, maybe spewing is not the best word, but the sun is blasting out these huge flares, like billions of I don't know, tons of like light that are like coming into the atmosphere of planet Earth. They're making their way. It's like these like huge downloads, right? Because what is plasma light? Plasma light is knowledge, right? It's information. The sun holds the intelligence and the coding and the knowledge that is so bright that it's literally like burning. It's like magma, right? It's so like dense within what it is that it's like bursting. So inside of our bodies, okay, inside of this, as I often say, this cute little physical body, we have our light, the light of our intelligence, of our soul, of our spirit, okay? So we're in here, we're light, we're consciousness that is inhabiting this body. So now we have consciousness blasts that are coming in where the sun is saying, hey, remember this part? Boom. Remember this part? Boom. Remember this part of you? Activate it. Remember it, right? It's all bombarding in. So what's happening is the consciousness, the available consciousness is raising in the energy of the planet. And depending on how we each are doing, right, in our energetic levels, we feel good, bad, like we're riding on top, like we need to just sleep for days, or like we're getting all the downloads, or like we're getting all of the third eye headaches, right? Like there's options, there's so many options as to how we can feel depending on where we are. And everyone's journey is perfect in where we're at, because we all are meant to go through this phase and get what is needed exactly in our alignment, right? But understanding what's going on is vital, because then we can make it a better journey. I often say this, it's kind of like, you know, you can be in a rowboat, like row your boat on an ocean tempest, or you can be in a yacht. Who do you think is going to like feel better about their trip across the ocean? Do you see what I mean? And like, yes, that difference is vast, but like we are all navigating the same wild waters of raising consciousness on planet Earth with everything that's coming in. It's just, how are we moving through it, right? And so it's our job always to create that from inside of us. Always, always, always. So then what? What's the job of the sun rays? Anybody? Let's have this be an interactive thing. The job of the sun and the rays of the sun is to bring in light knowledge, but also to read it. So the sun knows what to give you, just like the sun knows the information that it needs to give to the plants in order for, you know, fruits, for example, to grow, and for flowers, right? And all of the things in nature. Think about the cycles and the seasons and everything. So the sun is intelligence. Not only does it give, it also receives. The sun knows what's going on the planet. So do the other planets, right? Everything in the cosmos is intelligent. So now that this is happening, okay, now that you understand this, there's like a rebirth that's happening in the cosmos. The sun is blasting, these huge solar storms are happening. Everything is shaken up. It's like, hey, we're going through a whole new chapter of knowledge, okay? Well, this includes all of the family of light. This includes everyone. But the thing that's happening, and the power of these flares that are coming in right now, what's happening is it's opening up timelines, okay? Because it's so much light that's blasting through, outside of the fact that the auroras are looking really cool and there's this really awe-inspiring phenomenon, and you know, we're looking at the magic of the colors in the sky. But what's really happening is we are seeing layers of the spectrum of light that are not generally like visibly available to us. But it's the colors that are inside colors. There's also knowledge, right? So it's like new things coming in, you know, like color therapy and all the things. But we're not going to get into that, because otherwise we can talk forever. So what's coming in are downloads for us. What are downloads? It's information that we literally get to like grab in and make use of, okay? So when our software inside of the body is not operating at like where it needs to be, there's no room for downloads. This is the first part, okay? This is very important to understand, which is why detoxing physically, mentally, emotionally, cellularly, also detoxing from like the wounds of childhood, right? Like the stuff that we've carried for lifetimes. It's like all of the ancestral stuff, all of the, the work that we've been doing, that's the detox. That's the detox I'm talking about. I'm not just talking about drinking green juice, right? It's a whole entire system detox because we're upgrading on every level. So the sun rays, as we were saying, read where we're at. And when they read where they're at, they know what to give us in exchange to it. So if we're holding a consciousness of self-sabotage, guess what the rays give you? Guess what reality rolls out? It's like, hey, let's give them more of that. Let's give them more of that. Hey, it looks like through time, this is kind of where they got stuck, right? So let's make sure that they get this lesson. Saturn, come on up. It's time for you, right, to do this. Or it's like, if they read through and it's a consciousness of abundance, right, then I'll be like, hey, Jupiter, come on over. Consciousness of love. Hey, Venus, and I'm simplifying this, but like, hey, Venus, come on over. It's time to bless this union. It's time to figure this out. Let's do this. Like, they're ready for it, right? It's a conscious exchange. We are talking to the planets. We are talking to the sun. It's a two-way, right? Two-way radio, two-way cosmic radio. So it's always, it's like you can't just hide, right? And like it's transparency, it's full transparency, which is kind of funny because it's kind of like this is what's happening in the digital world, with the apps where they're like, it's full transparency, which whatever, we can, quote transparency of like the privacy data and whatever. It's like literally, it's funny to me that it's like a mirror how, the technological things are happening in a mirroring effect to everything that's happening in the cosmos. But really it is. We're like transparent. You can't hide from, the codes of the luminaries, the sun, the moon, the planets, and the star systems. We are all now, the atmosphere is so thin, right? The atmosphere around the earth is so thin. We are so far up in the photon belt, meaning like we are up there, and everything that we collectively create as a consciousness, it matters. It like actually weighs in on the whole galaxy and all of our neighbors, right? So of course the Pleiadians care, of course the Arcturians care, of course the Sirians care, of course everybody's here. Like, let's help the humans. Remember where they come from and who they are. But not only that, our timelines are open. What does that mean? Is that there is a merge of consciousness that we have available. So we're no longer just operating inside of this physical body. Dun, 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 dun. We're operating. And a lot of you know this, but like that was a moment. A lot of you know this because you've been studying with me in the advanced courses, so you have a framework for this. But we are operating out of multiple parts of us that are located in different times, okay? So time, because we often say, I'm going to break this down in a way that I hope is like digestible, because we often say like time doesn't exist, time is an illusion. What is time? Time is an address in space. Time is a way to locate yourself in consciousness, living a lifetime on a plane of existence. Here we are on the earth plane of existence. Our address in time starts with 2024 in current right now, right? So, and then you put an address, which is the date, the month and the day, right? And the year. That's your address in time. And this exists in this moment of right now. But every moment of right now exists, okay? This is like the parallel realities and the multiverses and everything else. So that means that all of the experiences, if you take time out of the equation, everything has a locality in space-time, right? Everything can be located. The you that lived on Venus a millennia ago can be located. The you that came down and lived in Egypt 5,000 years ago, most likely 40,000 years ago, okay? Not 40,000. Yeah, 49,000. I'm like, hold on. Back, okay? Years ago, pre-Diluvian Egypt can be located, right? The you that lived in Atlantis can be located. All of those are different timelines. What's happening with these like M flares and X flares and ridiculous classification of like a million light bursts of knowledge and information and download rays, all of that, what's happening is it's creating like a tear. What it looks like to me, it's like a tear or like an open, you can call it a portal, but it's really not a portal. It's more of like a rip. Like there's like an availability that you have to know about to get to really work through it, to get in there, okay? And if you decide to go and be a space cadet and like look for these things, make sure that you follow the light protocols. And if you don't know what I'm talking about and you want to learn how to do these things, go and get inside of the metaphysical mastermind. Okay, if you're new to this kind of knowledge and you're like, shit, I want to go out there. I want to understand what's happening. I want to understand the civilizations and the the way that all of these different things come into play. Understand my superpowers. I call them superpowers, which are, all of your psychic senses and your knowledge across time and space. That's a metaphysical mastermind. Okay, that's like my signature course, where everything is like based on. That's where we unlocked all of the knowledge that we needed in order to grow from there. So we have this like, and those of you that are inside Ninja Lightworker, go use those skills. Next level Lightworker skills are what we are. And if you don't have Ninja Lightworker and you want to know how to do the next level stuff and really like navigate through the cosmos with like all of your light gear on and being protected, and you understand that you're actually bilocating and trilocating and accessing your knowledge in time, and this shit's getting so real, and you want to know how to operate it, but like operate your consciousness accordingly so that it doesn't split your brain and then you feel like it's so weird to live in this world and know all of these things, because this is what's happening right now, right? It's almost like there's a fragmentation of the mind that is a possibility for that to occur, but we don't want that. We want to really unify. We want to work together with all the parts of us, right? So we're no longer just operating inside of the body. Coming back to that circle, we're no longer operating just inside of the body. We're operating in consciousness with multiple available versions of us that know of this moment. So just like you are awakening, or maybe you've awakened, right? And you're in ascension in this moment of now. We've had these opportunities in different lifetimes, and all of those moments in time are converging. There is a available like rip almost in time. There's like an opening in time where you can actually bring it in. And the reason why it feels like that is because it's not a stargate. It's not like a convergence of energy that was like planned. This wasn't planned. This was something that, depending on which perspective, if you go all the way to source light, and creator of all that is, I'm sure it felt more planned. But from our perspective, it is something that's happening in a way that it cannot be pinpointed from other places, right? There's much value in where we are and what we're doing in not being trackable. And those of you that do this work on the next level really understand this. Like when we are actually able to move and reconcile our lifetimes through time and space and planes of existences in a way that's like, almost feels like under the radar, where we don't like set off different things, right? That's important. If anybody, it's important because it makes our life so much easier. So this is a major opportunity for us, okay? So, if you've ever, those of you that have watched the movie Jumper, if you haven't watched it, it's a good movie. It's a good old movie that didn't really quite make it super big. Or also, what was the other one? Green Lantern. They will give you context to the things that are happening that are not like, so that you can grab a hold of some imagery to help like open your mind and kind of understand these kind of concepts. But it is available to us to bilocate and trilocate. And a lot of things it's like, okay, dear Sonia G. You're talking about all of these things that are out there. How does that help me right now? Right? There's bills to pay. There's an economy that's falling apart, whatever. There's all of these things that are happening. I have kids. I have this. Like, I have a physical daily life, right? So here is the thing that I often say, it doesn't make any sense, but understanding all of these things and reconciling who you are on this level will literally be your sanity. If you are here as a starseed incarnated on the planet, if you are an earth angel, you know that you have a commitment to the earth realms and you're here bringing higher light and higher consciousness. If you're an old soul and you're just one of the wise ones that came to rebirth knowledge across time and space for everybody to utilize, if you are a sensitive soul that was always the black sheep of your family, and you know you don't belong in this world because you came to create a new one. This is the stuff that I'm talking about, okay? These are the things that make all the difference in our lives, because all of a sudden, while this world doesn't make any sense, the way that we operate in merge of consciousness within ourselves actually makes sense. Then you'll actually be happier. You'll be healthier. You'll be more alive. Life and things will start to make sense. Your brain starts operating differently. Your body starts operating differently. You feel good. You're alive. You're functional. The answers come. The doors open, right? Life flows. But it doesn't make any sense to anybody else besides people like us, which is not the majority of the planet, which is not the majority of the population, right? Because a lot of people are concerned with like material life and the things, which they are great to enjoy. I am a fan of the material, enjoyable life. I like to enjoy life. We came to enjoy life, right? Prosperity and abundance are part of our fucking birthright. We are here to claim it. But at the same time, we're here to claim our knowledge in time. We are here to rebirth who we are. We are here for that light body, right? Like ascension. We are here literally to translate the physical body into a light body that is a functional body. That is like a mind-blowing process. That means that we have to lose density. We have to lose mass, right? Not like you have to get skinny. That's not it. Don't take it that way. Okay. We actually have to transmute and activate the crystalline knowledge, right? And our higher DNA strands, capabilities inside of us. We have to replug the circuitry that's been unplugged. Well, guess how you do that? With all the parts of you across time and space and planes of existences. So it's kind of like this puzzle that's coming together. And this is a massive opening in time that allows us to reconnect these parts of us. So it's huge. All of our systems, like our endocrine system, our nervous system, right? Our cellular functioning system, the systems of the body are all getting upgraded. Also because they have to. Look at the way that we get bombarded with all of the between like the chemtrails and the Wi-Fi bullshit and like the war on our minds, right? And our attention and like the frequency control that's happening on the planet, because we all know that it's real. Like obviously it's like the stuff that goes on our planet. It's like now we know it and we are available to do something different. We're available to actually create higher levels of consciousness that we get to live in that are above, right? But you have to be like functioning above that. So the stakes keep getting higher because, the people that are jamming the airwaves keep getting better. And so we have to keep better on the other side. So this solar storm, right, is an opportunity. And I could sit here and tell you all the stuff that everybody else is saying, like there's opportunities for massive growth, receive, right? Like pay attention to the beautiful things that are coming into your life. That's great. And we are ready for the next level, right? You can always operate where you're kind of just like sliding by and just kind of making it by and that's cool. But, you know, and that's one way to live. And if you're good with that, you're good with that. But if there's something inside of you that's like, what the fuck? There is more, right? There is more. I am remembering who I am. I look in the mirror and I see myself looking back like there is something to it. I'm having these wild experiences in my dream, right? In my dreams, I'm having these wild experiences. I'm seeing reality glitches. I'm hearing things like my superpowers are coming on, right? My psychic senses are coming on. I'm seeing things before they happen. I have these visions. I have to do, like, so many things, right? So if you are starting to kind of come to that point, you want more, right? I am your person. I am your person. This is what I'm talking about. So I want to talk to you about an event that I am doing. And it's coming up really fast because I've had to do a lot of work on myself. And so I haven't announced it. Also because it fucking scares the shit out of me, to be honest with you, in a sense. But we're gonna do it because we're gonna move heaven and earth to do it because it's in the alignment, in the highest alignment to do it. So I used to do retreats at the Salt Flats here in Salt Lake City, okay, which is the white salt that's floating on top of the Great Salt Lake, and it's beautiful. It's like it's a lake nestled in the mountains, and it looks like you're on another planet. Right? It looks like, it literally feels like it. And the salt itself, the white salt, is so healing. You put your feet on it and you're floating on water on top of salt, right? And it's like, whoops. And it's like such a healing experience as it is. And with the work that we've done in years over at the Salt Flats, there's a whole vortex underneath that lake that we've been able to activate. And they're closing the Salt Flats. They're officially, but it's not official. It's not passed in law yet. So we're going to go do 2 last events. Okay. One of them is coming up really fast. And the funny thing is that both of these events, I haven't even shared information about them, but like they're going to be sold out soon because people are already like messaging me behind the scenes like, hey, I need to come to this. I don't know anything, but I need to come to this. So let me know if you do. The first event is happening on the next full moon. So those of you in Salt Lake City, if you want a chance to have not Salt Lake City, but in Utah, or those of you that felt called to coming to doing an event at the Salt Flats, these are going to be the last 2. The first one is going to be because they're closing, not because of anything else. And this is like a legal thing, environmental reasons or whatever. So, and you can go and see, if you go drive out there now, there's like barricades of cement. So we have to like get in from a different place than we have, but we're doing it. So the first one is going to be May 23rd and 24th. May 23rd is a full moon in Sagittarius, and Jupiter and Venus are conjuncting in Taurus. We're going to be able to see it. We're going to be at the Salt Flats on that sunset under the full moon. This is going to be the very first, this moment, which is like liberating. The full moon in Sagittarius, which is happening next week, is about the liberation of our emotional selves, okay? And it's really bringing up everything that has to go up emotionally for our freedom. It's like emotional freedom. It's like that freeing across multiple timelines because they're open, right? It's this crisscrossing in time. Venus and Jupiter are conjuncting, bringing together a whole new level of love and abundance and remembrance of who we are on that level, okay? Venus, the goddess, in Taurus, the earth goddess energy of like prosperity and abundance and all of the magic that's inside of us. This is the very first Priestess Red Dress event of Moon Babes and the Light Tribe. And I'm so excited about it. And here's Red Dress that I literally got. And I was like, oh my gosh, I am so excited for these red dresses. And it's not like this, it's actually like this. And we're going to have beautiful red dresses, and I'll have them for everybody. And we're going to have crowns for everybody because, this is how we do. In fact, I should wear this right now. And we're going to have all of the magic. So it's a crown on event. And that's actually this crown. It's a crown on event. And it's a rose ceremony event. And it's happening on a full moon. And it's called the Priestess Rebirth. You're going to remember things across time and space. And I know that if you're a woman and if you're moving through all of the ascension timelines that are happening right now, you are feeling this from the depths of who you are, right? There is something in you that's coming back up to the surface in a whole new way. This is different than a goddess rebirth. The goddess in us has rebirthed. This is a different part of us, right? That it includes the goddess, it includes the woman, it includes so much of this lifetime, but it's knowledge across lifetimes. And so I'm excited for it. I have received the full instructions of all of the things that we're going to be doing. So it's the first event of its kind. If you feel called to it, message me. I will send you. I have the information for it, but I don't know if I'll post it yet. I am not sure yet, but there's so many that are already coming from just people that have messaged me, and it's a limited space kind of event. It's in person. It's 2 days. It will include the 2 days. One of them will be locally in Salt Lake City, and one of them will be in a beautiful, amazing place with a view of the mountains and amazingness. And then the other day will be at the Salt Flats, okay? And so, and everything will be explained. Message me, okay? You can literally message me Priestess or Salt Flats, and I will send you the details, okay? If you want to do that in the DMs. And the second event is going to be for the June solstice. And that's going to be June 19th through the 23rd. And the June 19th is just an evening. That's the arrival day. And then the solstice, 20, 21, 22. We are doing a dance of light, anchoring of higher golden consciousness at the Salt Flats. And we're doing this with partners. You don't have to have a partner, but you can bring a partner. So this is going to be everyone is invited. Send me your info. Send me your info. Send me a message and I'll send you the info if you feel called to it. It was magical. Last year we danced the Dance of Light with Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine on the Nile in Egypt. And that was the first time that it was done with men and women. And it was so powerful. And it was awesome because we did it in Egypt, right? And on a solar alignment, and it's, the place where we restarted this merging of consciousness, and now here we are. So I'm really excited that we're going to be able to do that, and it's going to be a massive event, and I'm really, really excited for it. So message me and let me know. I know there's a million things going on, and there's so much that is coming in, and so much that's being rebirthed, and we're all getting called to literally clear out old memory consciousness and bring new meaning to life, bring new meaning and new consciousness into existence. And I hope you feel it. I know that a lot of you are feeling it. The thing that's happening is we live in a world, we're witnessing, right? A reality of a world that's losing meaning. It's losing knowledge and things that are full of life. It's becoming empty. It's a world that's becoming empty and void, down to a lot of the things that are being shared on social media there. It's becoming so superficial, right? And so in that superficial, existence, we're losing consciousness, we're losing depth, we're losing meaning, we're losing the full spectrum of understanding. So we want to light that in a whole new higher consciousness kind of way. We get to create the new meaning of what we want to create for this Aquarian age that we came to usher on this planet. So I hope that I will see a lot of you there. And we will have a digital event available for both of them. So you'll be able to join us digitally, and then you'll get like all the instructions on the things to get ready, you know, like with the dress and the roses and the crown and like all of the things. And we'll send you everything because I want as many of you to receive this activation as possible. So just message me and let me know. Yay! Rosa would so love to be there. Message me, my love. I'll send you the details. Yes, I know. It's like it's one of these things, my loves, that like if you feel it, you just feel it, right? Probably the place where I'm going to put the information will be on the Moon Babes app first. So if you haven't downloaded it yet, this is like a giant crystal here. If you haven't downloaded it yet, go and download Moon Babes by Sonia G. I don't want this to fall. Okay, so hold on. Moon Babes by Sonia G at the App Store, wherever you download your apps, and then register. Registration is free. There's a lot of like free awesome stuff on there, and then you'll be able to see this event probably will be the place, right? So it's the first red dress event. I'm really excited. I'm like, whoo, I am beyond excited about it. And what else do I want to tell you? Oh, and the other things too, if I decide to put them on my website and like the more public places, right, then it will be on moonbabetribe.com, which is the website. But the app feels like it's like our little world, right? It's not on the World Wide Web. It's kind of like, you know, the Moon Babes world. So it feels like a place where, and it's not that there's anything wrong with what we're doing. It feels so sacred. Sometimes it feels like when you first have a child and like you want to protect that child from the world in a sense. That's kind of what it feels like to me, right? It's my job to birth frequencies and experiences on this planet. And so these events, the courses that I birth, they're like my spiritual babies in that term. And so I'm so protective of the energy and the people that are looking at certain things because I'm so precise in the energetics of all of these events. Okay, I always want to make sure that the frequency bandwidth is, you know, an accurate connection for everybody, and that we have like the best. I hold very clear energy. So maybe I just need to put some more boundaries on it, and then I'll publish it. Thanks for working with me on this. Love you guys. We always work through things together. Universal intergalactic integration is at hand. Yes, exactly. That's exactly right. Well said. I'm going through the comments and all of the things. The veil is spinning every day. It's for sure. Yes, Doctor Strange is another really good show, like movie that explains like some of these things. Amazing. Yes. Amazing. Okay, I know I said, love my new haircut. Thank you. It's different. It's a little fun. And you guys, it's all my hair. Can you believe my hair has grown this much? I started like using these shampoos. Like it's been like a few years in my journey. Some of you have known me like long enough to know like, you know, it's been a whole journey here with hair. So yeah, I should probably do an update on that. Thank you, Daisy. Amazing. Yes, to augment our DNA, meaning to activate like all of the new and amazing. Okay. Love, love, love. I think I looked through everything. If you guys have questions, I love all the comments, all the love, everybody all over. Let me know if you have questions about these, you know, the things that have happened. Just message me and then maybe I can answer them in stories. Okay. Been dreaming of all family members alive and dead. What does this mean? That is an exact illustration of what I'm talking about, the timelines crossing, coming together, right? Because time is open. So if time is open, everyone that's dead is actually alive, right? And everybody that's alive is also alive. And all the versions of you across time and space are also present and alive. So this is what's happening. It's like, it's it's a gathering moment. It's a consciousness merging moment. We are bringing all of this knowledge together. And so that's, that's what's happening. And it's a lot. Honestly, it's a lot for our body to like integrate and to understand, for our mind to process, right? Our spirit's like, cool, we got this, we know this, we are light. But then when it comes to like integrating in the body and embodying all these parts of us and actually like our mind processing through it and creating reality accordingly, like we are a whole system. We get to take care of all of the things, right? So it's like, it's interesting because see, like things are happening in everyone's reality that are a reflection of what's happening, but then you may not know what it means. And it's like, so signs are coming in, right? And experiences are happening, and it's like, yeah, that's why, right? There's a message in it. There's a reason for it, but it's always about, we don't know what we don't know. So yeah. And I have been exhausted lately. So that's the energy of the solar flares, right? The coronal mass ejections, like they eject light from the sun and it comes for Earth. And when it comes in, it feels pressurizing on the physical body. That's breath work and like Kundalini. That's why I've been teaching this like detox and prosper Kundalini, which by the way, everybody that is feeling like symptoms, like ascension symptoms, like the ascension flu and like just exhaustion and like kind of like this mental dissociation and kind of like, like just like there's so much going on, you feel foggy, etc. Like that is like why Kundalini and like all of the work that we're doing inside of Detox and Prosper is so good, because it will help you, because we have to work together. It's like our spirit and our body have to sync. So it's like we have to do all of the things. So yeah, but that's why, because the energy is compressing, because if it wants to come in, right? It's knowledge. It wants to come in, and it's like, hey, it's knocking at the door, and our aura is like, I can't take it. Shut down. There's too much. And it just kind of feels like, going like this, like compressing, like wanting to cocoon, wanting to go lay down, wanting to crawl, right? Because there's so much pressure, because our physical body isn't vibrating in a way where this stuff can come in. Because if this stuff could come in, we'd be like, right? And it feels really good. And it feels like we are syncing. We are living on that frequency. But it's kind of like, I'm going to say this, even though it's like an interesting kind of perspective, but hopefully it will like make sense. But when you're like having a really high spiritual day, and then you walk into a place like Walmart, or in a place where everybody's just kind of like, their bad days are worn out on their sleeves. They are judging, people. They are in their toxic behaviors like that. And you're like there, and you're just like in your light, and you're like, right? And you can feel the difference between your presence, right? And what's going on in the environment around you. And it's kind of the same thing, right? So it's kind of like the two don't mesh, right? And so the sun is sending this knowledge, and it's like, come on. And you're telling the people at Walmart, or your family maybe, right? Come on, come to the light. And they're like, lady, go away. Like, what do you want? Right? It's kind of like that. And, this is an extreme example, but it kind of renders. So yeah, amazing. Yeah. Send me the DMs. I'm excited to see who feels called to this. I know it's going to be an amazing, beautiful, like tribe, but like a group, a collective of goddesses that comes together at this Red Dress Priestess event. And I'm really excited. I am excited because, what's more magical than the full moon and Jupiter and Venus and like stargazing and like being out there in the sunset, floating on a lake on white salt, in like, in the magic of being women together and goddesses and priestesses, and truly in the magic of the divine feminine and the energy and the knowledge that we are rebirthing. It's like I literally have been dreaming about it. For reals, like conscious dreaming and daytime dreaming and all of the kind of dreaming. So I hope this helps you. If you didn't read my post about what to do for the solar flares, go back to it. It's like a few posts back, and it explains the 1, 2, 3. It's also in your email. If you are not on my email list yet, go and register for it and sign up for it. You can do it here at Moonbabes and the Light Tribe on my social media bio link click thing, you know, where we say link in bio, right there. You can click there and you can enter your email address on there. If that doesn't work for you, and then you'll be on my email list. If, I don't really email a lot. Like the emails you'll get are like I want to send you more love letters, but I share more here on Instagram. But if I do send an email, it is important shit. So you'll know, right? If you get an email from me in your inbox, it's like, I should probably open that. So go and see. And sometimes the team will send you emails because it's like, hey, you need to know these things. So what I'm saying is you won't get spammed. So inside the email, it also lists like all of the things that you can do, like, you know, so that it's not just like in an Instagram reel. And so you can like read them and you're like, oh, 1, 2, 3, this is what's going on. This is what I can expect. These are good ideas of things that you can do. Okay. So you can also go to my website, moonbabetribe.com. Okay. www.moonbabetribe.com. And then you'll be able to like sign up for the email list. Okay, and you can unsubscribe anytime. If you don't like what I'm telling you, you can always unsubscribe anytime, but at least like try out the stuff. And there is all sorts of like opportunities for you to like get in the know of all of these things on the app too. So, okay, cool. I think I've said all of it. I hope you had an amazing Mother's Day weekend and celebrations for whatever being a mother means to you and all the feels that came with that. I poured out my heart in a post that I actually posted yesterday. So if, you know, you're navigating that journey and you haven't read it, go and read it, because like it was truly from my heart to yours, to all of you. And I hope you had an amazing day. I feel like Mother's Day should be every day, right? Just like all of the things that we celebrate. It's like Father's Day, Mother's Day. It's like every day is that. But it's kind of cool what happens when everybody's attention is directed onto a particular subject. So it's kind of like global meditations, right? Which we should probably do one of those soon. Okay, I love you. We're just chatting now and hanging out. Message me, send me questions, chat with me. I love you. It's Sonia G. Thank you for joining me on the Moonbabes Monday Night Live. For all the things, you can always Google Sonia G, Moonbabes, and the Light Tribe. I am on YouTube. I am on like all of the places, and you can find the podcast if you don't have it yet. It's linked on the app too. Definitely get the app. Okay, I love you. Mwah. Bye.